Hi, YouTube. This live stream, as you can see, is called Games with ASATCH64, but ASATCH64 is not with us because he's grounded, but I had to do something to celebrate the live stream that kind of started it all. So we're going to start it out like we did a year ago tonight, 1 year ago. I started it out by playing some ZSNES, Super Mario World. Let's run this. Oh, I have the ROM hack still loaded. Oh, all right. Remember when we did, the Mario live stream? Yeah, that I have to get rid of that ROM hack. I don't know how. Okay. Downloads. Where is it? It's not even on screen share, so I gotta put that on. Super Mario World.zip. Let's load that. Let me put it on screen share for you. Come on, let's go. And we put the screen share straight on ZSNES last time, so I know I'm screen sharing. God damn. Alright, so let's go back. I forgot the controls. Turn it down a bit. There's a little let's start from the beginning. Wait, no, I want to start where we did a year ago. I'm pretty sure I know what level we started on a year ago. I know what level we started on a year ago. I think it was this one. Okay, bear with me. I don't remember the controls. Okay. The hell? Where are they? Oh my god. Config. Input. Up. A does what? A is X and X does that. We want Z to be A. Z. X. I believe X is sprint. So X is S. So that needs to be changed because it's very uncomfortable. Maybe I'll use X for that, and I'll make B A. And Y will be S. Let's try that. Oh, A does that thing. Okay, we don't want A then. want to make sure that sprint button is what it is, not something else crazy like that. Bear with me here. The controls are, I'm not used to them at all. If it would work, I would use my capture card and record my Super Nintendo, even though I wouldn't be able to play this level because Super Mario World on there is glitched for me. I think there's something hidden right there. No, maybe over here. There's something hidden in one of these. Are you fucking kidding me? There's something over here. What's up here? Oh, that's it. Cape feather. Oh. Are you fucking joking me? Didn't even get to a checkpoint. Are you joke? So I was just on Skype with Satch before, and he had to do some homework, which he didn't finish. So yeah, I kind of helped him with that. But oh fuck, I kind of helped him with his homework as he did it. We're doing this thing called National History Day. It's kind of dumb, but this year should be fine for me at least, because I'm doing the Beatles for Leaders and Legacies. Because, you know, they're leaders and they have a legacy. Are you fucking joking me? I don't want to do that. These controls kind of don't suck. I'm just not used to them. Last time I played this was a while ago. Like, last time I played this level was, I think, in December. The last time I used this emulator was when I did the Mario video. I'm gonna try and get Satch and Haskin in my other streams that I'm doing, like Slender Knight's coming out tomorrow. I did because 1 year ago tomorrow I made Slender Knight, so you know that's gonna kind of have to come out tomorrow because you know 1 year anniversary. It kind of matters to me. That Cape Feather. Well, that was close. Bitch. Oh, you're a fucking joke. I'm kind of getting the feeling back of what that I had a year ago, and I love that feeling. I just wish I had Mr. Sojeski again. I just feel like there's something missing to this feeling. I'm not just saying this to be fucking dramatic or anything, but there's something missing from this experience, and it's my old teachers, Mr. Sojeski in particular. he kind of added to that feeling because, you know, around this time and just around this time, this really had an effect on me. His classroom was kind of, he had the lights off, and around this time in October, he had Halloween lights on. So and that kind of had an impact on the feeling that I had. And that's just missing because, you know, I have a math teacher now, and she's not a really good teacher at all, actually. She's good a little bit, but, you know, I don't really like her that much. She annoys me sometimes, but I just want Mr. Slajewski back. And he was a really cool teacher, too. In the beginning of the year, he kind of tried a little hard to be funny by, like, cookies looks like it should be spelled cookies. But later on, when he started to get a little more guts, I guess, he started to, you know, kind of make fun of students. This kid named Nick Pozo, in particular, was made fun of a lot because of his behavior during class and his height. Are you joking? Whatever. I know. But his behavior was kind of awful, and he was really shorter than Haskin. Oh, well, he was at the time. I think he still is, but Mr. Slajewski made fun of him a lot, and he made fun of kind of other students too. Like I think we were watching a video like Brain Pop or something, and maybe it was Brain Pop, I don't know, but it made a noise, and this girl in my class jumped, and Mr. Slajewski was like, "Don't worry, no one saw you. No, don't worry, no one saw you jump." And I was tired. I had math second period, so I was kind of tired, and I was like, "I did," and he's like, who just said I did? Who just said that they saw her?" And I was like, "I said that." He said, I was like, "I said that." And he said, "Well, obviously, if I said that no one saw her, everybody saw her." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't get that at first." And he's like, "Wake up." No, I didn't say it. No, he didn't say that, but I was like, I'm old, you know, tired, so. But I kind of mumbled that to myself. I miss Mr. Slajewski, and I miss my other teachers. I miss Mr. Perrette a little bit. Miss Nanamaker was really cool. Miss Nanamaker was quite the teacher. We have a viewer. Cool. If you're new to this channel, basically 1 year ago tonight, I did a live stream with my buddy Opal ASATCH. His username used to be ASATCH01, but now it's ASATCH64. And he can't join us because he's grounded. And I was on Skype with him before, and I kind of helped him with his homework that he had to do. He had quite some time to do it, and I did too, but I did mine at last minute, and so did he. So I kind of helped him with that. So that's why we were on Skype before. All right. But yeah, so he won't be able to join us. I don't know if he'll be able to join us tomorrow because, you know, he's grounded and all that. But yeah, hopefully he'll be able to join us tomorrow night because he kind of snuck on Skype before. Because his dad, oh, I forgot. Now that I think of it, his dad was coming home at 10, and he came home around like 9:50, maybe 9:55. So I guess I kind of had to do the live stream before 10 o'clock, and it's too late now because he had to get off, and his dad got home. And he kind of snuck on to Skype too because his mom is deaf, and she can hear when she has like a hearing aid or something. I think he told me a while ago, but he can't really hear him well through the door. So that's cool. But yeah, it's sad that he won't be able to join us, but whatever. He'll be able to join us in future ones, like Cat Mario Mondays. I'll start to do again. They won't be exactly a year from apart from each other, because I want to keep the tradition going, like Scary Fridays, Cat Mario Mondays, which will eventually turn into Unfair Mario Mondays, because that game's even harder, and I'll kind of graduate to that level as I will play Cat Mario. I've beat it many times, so Cat Mario should be good. Oh, and I hit the up key instead of Z. I'm playing on an emulator, so the controls are kind of messed up. I made them so they would kind of suit me, but it didn't quite work out because this keyboard can't really play Super Nintendo games though with a keyboard. Yeah. So I started 8th grade a few weeks ago, almost a month ago. September 4th I started, so today is October 1st, so almost a month ago. And pretty happy with my teachers. For example, Mr. Florence, who everyone calls him Mr. Flo, because he's a cool teacher. So he deserves kind of a cool name. I'm saying kind of a lot for some reason. I don't know. But oh boy. Mr. Flo is he's a really cool teacher. He makes us laugh a lot. I've laughed more this year than I did in Mr. Brett's class in a few months. Well, no, I'm lying. He's making me laugh as much as Mr. Brett made me laugh, maybe a little more. Mr. Flo is really wow. But Mr. Brett was cool, and we lost a viewer. Okay, no problem. Because I barely get any viewers on here anyway. Oh, that was a good jump. You have to admit that. What's in here first? Oh my god. Oh, we have a viewer again. Cool. Can't kill him with the fireballs. I knew that, but I don't know why I tried to kill him there. Kerns. Oh, fuck. This is basically just me rambling on while I play, but that's okay, because I like to ramble on about things. Haha, Ramble On by Led Zeppelin. I love Led Zeppelin. But I love the Beatles more. Oh, okay. Fuck. Oh, come on. Alright. Oh, fuck. Alright. Whatever. I don't know how long I've been doing this stream, but I'll just keep going until like 10:30 or 10:40 around there. Wow, unfair. I wasn't even ready. Okay. Whatever, dude. Whatever. I'll kind of do a description of myself next time a viewer comes in, because, you know, if someone just so happens to like the stream, which is a very small chance of that happening, but, you know, if someone happens to like my stream, oh, look, see, we got another viewer. If someone happens to like this stream and, like, maybe check out my channel and like my other videos that I make, maybe they'll subscribe, but they need to know a bit about me. I am commonly referred to as Greco amongst my little group of friends. My little group of... and they left. Cool. No problem. I don't think I get many views on any of these streams anyway. But, if anyone comes across this video they'll have to know a bit about myself if they want to subscribe. Well, at least I would like them to know a bit about myself before they subscribe, but basically, alright, I am commonly referred to as... I'm a bit tired, excuse me. I'm commonly referred to as Greco amongst my little group of friends, which consists of Patrick, Tyrell, Alex Satriano, also known as ASATCH or just Satch, and Alex Haskin, or as we like to call him, Haskin. We make fun of his height a lot because he's a pretty small child for an 8th grader, really. But he basically, they all call me Greco. Because I remember they originally started calling me Greco because they thought saying my real name, Gianni, Greco is my last name, by the way, they thought saying Gianni was a little hard. Well, at least Pat Tyrell did. Well, that's a little fucking shitty what just happened there. But Pat thought that saying Gianni was too hard, so he was all like, you know, I'm gonna call you Greco. And I'm like, okay, cool. So he's been calling me Greco for about a year now. Because we kind of, I knew him in 6th grade, but I didn't really want to talk to him. But in 7th grade, I wanted to sit near someone that I at least knew, so Pat was kind of my last resort. So I sat next to him, and we, you know, got to be friends, because he was friends with Satch, and I was already friends with Satch before I kind of got to know Pat a bit. And maybe I was kind of friends with Haskin, because our lockers were near each other, and we both had a mutual friend in common, which was Satch. Oh, wow. We were both friends with Satch, so Haskin and I started talking more, because our lockers were a few lockers away from each other, so we would talk, and we'd be like, hey, Greco, and I'd be like, hey, Alex. I didn't call him Haskin yet. Oh, that was a lucky jump, but then I kind of screwed it up. But I was like, hey, Alex. And he was like, hey, Greco, and then we would kind of, he would go to his locker, and I would start to wait for him in his locker. No, we weren't gay. But I would wait for him, and then we would walk to lunch and talk and laugh and stuff. We do now. It's very cool. And very wonderful that I have the friends I do. I'm very thankful. And look at this. Oh, I just made a risky move, but it was all for nothing. Oh, wow. All right, whatever. But, okay. Thought I had 2 lives, but all right. But a little more about myself. For you new viewer. 2 viewers. Ooh, wow. You see, 2 viewers is not a lot to other people, but I'm very thankful for 2 viewers because I don't get many views on these streams. I never did. And 1 left. That's fine. That is totally fine with me. And the other 1 left. Shit. This is starting to get a little annoying. But anyway, more about myself. I am 13 years old, going on 14 this January. Excuse the repetitive yawns. Not repetitive, that's probably the right word, but excessive is the word that I'm looking for. I'm just pretty tired from... and shit. A little more about I didn't jump down there, though. Whatever, I'm not paying attention. But a little more about myself. Turning 14 in January 6th at midnight. Yeah, anyway, I've been playing piano since I was in 2nd grade. About that time, maybe 1st grade. But I've always, you know, found an interest in music. music is. I've always loved music, but not until the past year has music really had an effect on me. Because I started getting to the Beatles a year ago because my orchestra teacher, my orchestra teacher is awesome too, and it's a good thing I have him again because he loves the Beatles and he got me into the Beatles. So, you know. But anyway, I've always had an interest in music. I've been writing songs on the piano since a very young age, and they're kind of shitty because I didn't really know chords and stuff. I never took piano lessons; it was all self-taught. But I started playing viola in third grade, and to be honest, I'm kind of good, but I'm not too good. Not like a pro. I've been playing since third grade. I'm in eighth grade now, but I started playing guitar a year ago, almost a year ago. For almost 9 months, I've been playing guitar and no lessons, and I'm almost able to play some Jimi Hendrix stuff. And if you don't know who Jimi Hendrix is, look him up, please. He's the best guitarist in the world, not because of his skill, but because of his influence he had on other guitar players. For example, Joe Satriani. I totally lost my train of thought. Anyway, I've been playing guitar since I was 13. I still am 13, but almost a year ago, January 18th, I remember because I sent my cousin a message on iMessage. I was like, dude, guess what I got? He's like, what, a dildo? And I was like, no, I got a guitar. He's like, are you going to learn how to play it? I'm like, yeah, why the hell not? And I definitely learned because I can almost play Jimi Hendrix. But I'm still getting there, you know. Always room for improvement. I just noticed a major change in my guitar skill a week ago. I kind of feel like Eric Clapton whenever I play the ending riff to "A Strange Brew" by Cream, because Eric Clapton was a guitarist for a band called Cream. But I'm always getting better. I like to classify. Oh, okay. A viewer left, but that's fine. I like to classify myself as a blues guitarist because I find interest in playing blues kind of stuff. I like playing blues scales. I like because I can play like other scales. I don't really know what they're called, but I could play other things. Like a major pentatonic scale, I think it's called. I don't really know what it's called, but major blues scale, I think it is. Maybe it's not a blues scale, but I don't know. But I can play, major scale, all that. I can play a minor blues pentatonic scale, which is pretty cool. You can play that fast, like Jimi Hendrix did. You can play it slow, like maybe George Harrison did. Not really slow, but slower than Hendrix. But yeah. Basically, I'm really good at guitar, but there's always room for improvement. And I've been playing for almost 9 months, so I don't want to sound like and really get me when I say this. I don't really want to sound like I'm I don't know, trying to sound conceited, or not really conceited, but kind of bragging. I don't want to say bragging because usually whenever people brag, they're like, not to brag or anything, and then they start bragging. But and I'm really not trying to brag at all. So I'm not that kind of person. I think I have talent. I play viola, bass, piano, and guitar. And I kind of sort of sing. I don't sing in public yet because I'm very self-conscious about my voice, and that was my iPad going off because I use this little thing called YouNow, and I get spammed with notifications on there every day. Well, that was lucky. Oh wow, what a shitty move. But yeah. Anyway, enough of this music stuff. I used to be Christian, but I'm an atheist now. That may get some people mad, but whatever. It's my beliefs, and you have your beliefs if you're Christian, Muslim, whatever. But I happen to be an atheist, so don't criticize, although you probably wouldn't, because that's what I think. I don't believe in God, any God, not just a Christian God. And I don't hate God. That's the thing that supposedly a lot of Christians say about atheists, that atheists hate God. Not really. You can't hate something that you don't believe in. But whatever. I won't criticize you for your beliefs, and hopefully you won't criticize me for mine. But whatever. Yeah, I'm an atheist. Just thought you wanted to throw that out there for kind of, sort of no reason, but whatever. Why the hell not? I just like to know that people know that I'm an atheist for some reason. And I just made a really shitty move. I kind of suck at this, so, you know. If I was playing on a Super Nintendo, I'd be doing much better, but I'm playing on an emulator. I should probably, if you don't know why I am here, it is because I did a little thing called Games with ASATCH64 a year ago with my friend ASATCH. Well, we call him Satch now, but back in the day, we called him ASATCH64. Now he's ASATCH64 because he has a YouTube channel now, which you should check out, ASATCH64. It's right in the title, so search it up. And subscribe, because his videos may not be the best videos, but, you know, just subscribe, because his channel's pretty cool. But, oh man, only pro can do that. But subscribe to his channel anyway. I did a little video called Games with ASATCH64. It was a live stream, and I did it with my friend Satch, Alex Satriano. We're done with this now. We're gonna play some Half-Life. But this is me. But basically, what we did was played a bunch of games. That's why it's called Games with ASATCH64. ASATCH64. That's why it was called that, because we just played a bunch of games. And then that live stream later started a bunch of other live streams. Like tomorrow, I'll be doing Slender Knight. Hopefully, maybe Satch or maybe Haskin can join. I really wanted just Satch to be in here, not Haskin, just Satch, because a year ago tonight, I did this live stream, Games with ASATCH64 with Satch, because Haskin didn't have a Google Plus yet. He did, but he didn't use it. But Half-Life isn't even opening. But yeah, basically, Satch was in the live stream, and I really wanted him to be in here, but he's grounded, so, you know, gonna have to deal with it. No problem, though. But I kind of did more live streams afterwards, like Slender Knight, which is coming out tomorrow, hopefully with someone in it. But Haskin isn't really able to do things on Thursdays and Fridays, but whatever. But hopefully maybe someone can join me play Slender Knight. And then more live streams coming soon. Cat Mario Mondays. Well, that's how it was a year ago. I wanted to make every single live stream come out a year after its, you know, former self, I guess, because I want to remake all the live streams. So Cat Mario Mondays, I can't do Cat Mario Mondays on the exact date that it came out. But what I can do is make it on every Monday, and then that will eventually become on Fair Mario Mondays, and then we'll see what happens from there. More, and then I'll do series games with the guys. We've got games with lots of kids. That's a video that we made. I'll try and remake the theme song on my guitar if I really can't do it, because I can't play rhythm guitar and lead guitar at the same time. I'll just do it on my piano. I'll have to practice a whole lot because I haven't played that song in a while. I think the last time I played that was actually the last live stream I made with that theme song. So, yeah. So basically, though I love those live streams for a couple of reasons. Number one was just because they were cool. They were really cool live streams. I liked them, and not other people really liked some of them. Some of them people didn't really like, but a lot of them, some of them people didn't like. Some of them did like them. Whatever. I'm on my Instagram right now, so excuse me if I mess up my speech. I'm just checking my Instagram. So, oh. Whatever, it's not loading. All right, saw all that, but all right. I'm not gonna use my gaming keyboard because I didn't use my gaming keyboard a year ago. I'm basically gonna try and make this as accurate as possible to its all these live streams. I'm gonna try and make them as accurate as possible to their former selves, because their former selves are pretty cool live streams. So I kind of want to remake those in a way that they're almost exactly the same, but with a couple things different. And I'm gonna die. But yeah. So that's why I'm doing a bunch of live streams. And another reason why I love those live streams and I wanted to do them was also because just the feeling I had around that time, October and November of 2013, just life felt good. But it kind of felt bad at the same time, but mostly good. Because, you know, around that time, very difficult. It was very hard to deal with something. I will describe it to you in a moment. But it was kind of bad. It was, well, not bad. It was different. It wasn't bad for me at the time, and it still really isn't now, because what happened was a good thing. And I'll explain to you why in a minute. I'll explain to you what happened and why it happened and why it's a good thing. You should be able to infer, hearing what he did and what made everyone hate him. But I mostly felt good because, you know, the house was finally we finally have gotten rid of psychopath. Not really psychopath, but yeah, let's describe him as that. Let's call him a psychopath. We've gotten rid of him finally, so that was good. But, you know, on the other hand, he wasn't really blood to me, but he was like blood. He was, quote, family, but he was family, but he wasn't blood family, but we were like blood. But I felt good because he was finally gone, because he'd gone insane in the head because he had a bit of OCD throughout his life. And that can get to someone's head after a while. They become a little control freak. They become delusional, which is what happened to this man, sadly. But I can swim in lava somehow, but I'm doing it. But anyway, felt good around that time. Just felt good about life. Felt good about my new friends. Not really new, but new bros. I would go so far to call them, because they're like brothers to me. Not to sound gay or anything, but they're like like to call them my bros because they're really good friends. Really good friends. And I don't love them, but I love to hang out with them. But I don't love them personally. I like them as a friend, but I don't like love them personally. But I love to hang out with them. Because usually when I'm not hanging out with them over Skype or something, maybe they come over my house once in a while. But whenever I'm not on Skype with them, I feel either really bored or kind of sad. Not depression or anything, because, you know, I don't feel like I'm a terrible person. Because, you know, depression is usually when someone just feels so bad about themselves that they, like, have... I mean, if you have depression, please don't take this personally, but I don't really know what depression is like. The depression that most people experience. The most people with depression experience. But what is happening with me is not depression, because it's not like I feel like I'm worthless or anything, because I'm not really worthless. There's meaning in my life, and I was meant to do something with it. And I will do something with it. No, I just feel sad a lot. Not about myself, I just feel sad. Like, not really sad, just a lot of times I get choked up for no reason. I don't cry, but sometimes I just get choked up. I don't really know if that's really a sad feeling, but I kind of feel sad. Because I'm alone a lot. I'm an only child, and I don't really hang out with, you know, people much. Sometimes I forget to go on Skype that night, and they call me, and I miss the call, and then they text me on Instagram like, "Yo, don't you have your phone turned on?" Oh, I'm like, "Sorry, man," but I mostly just missed it. Sometimes I just miss the chance to go on Skype, and that kind of makes me sad. Or sometimes they don't call me on Skype. I get kind of sad because of that. But just whenever I'm not doing anything, I feel kind of sad. Unless I'm playing guitar, or, you know, sometimes I'd feel sad if I'm on my iPad, but, you know, sometimes I feel sad if I'm just not doing anything. But I don't think it's depression. It might be. I used to think it was. I used to think that I was on the verge of depression because of everything that's been happening, but kind of not. I don't think it's depression. You might think it's depression. You can leave a comment if you think it is, or if you don't think it is. Just give me feedback, please, because I kind of really need / want to know, and I'm gonna die. But anyway, about that thing that I told you about before with that man. That man that I was referring to, his name was Ron Tobin, and he was my grandfather, and I used air quotes for that, because it wasn't really blood. He was my... He married my... he didn't give birth to anyone in the family. He didn't give birth to anybody in the family. But, no, whatever. He was still my grandpa. I guess I called him Grandpa. And I treated him like a pal. We used to get in fights a lot when I was very young, but that kind of changed after a while. I stopped to, you know, really fight with him. Not really fight with him, but, you know, argue. Didn't really argue much. We just had fun, made videos together, and then talked about things that I will describe in a second. But basically, he was a pal of mine, and I lived with him, and I loved him because he was my, you know, he was my grandpa. And I've known him for my entire life, pretty much. But after a while, you know, in the summer going from 6th grade to 7th grade, he kind of changed. You know, in 6th grade, he started. Wait, wait. All right. I thought someone was coming upstairs. Ooh, ooh, jazzy. You guys can't hear this, but very nice. But oh my god. Sorry about that, YouTube. But basically, in 6th grade, he would tell me a bunch of things about family members, like my mom, my grandma. Remember one day I came home from school and I heard my grandparents yelling through the door. Yelling through the front door, and I came in. I'm like, "What happened? What are you guys fighting about?" And my grandma's like, "You know, my grandma didn't want to tell me, but my grandpa wouldn't tell me either. But then I kind of pressured him into telling me. Not really, kind of nagged him, and then he told me that he thought that my grandma was kind of getting addicted to her medication, and she was going a little loopy about it because of it. And I was like, oh damn, that's pretty bad. We should get some help. But that wasn't true. I don't know if you can hear these noises, but they're pretty oh cool, someone saved my life, I guess. But anyway, he would tell me lies. He would tell me things about my family that, a 12-year-old shouldn't hear. And some of them are lies, a lot of them are lies actually. Some of them were truth, but even if they were true, 12-year-olds shouldn't have been hearing them. But he said them to me partially because I wanted him to, and he did. All of this kept adding up and adding up and adding up, and then I told my mom what he was telling me, and then I told my grandma, and they were like, "All right, tell Grandpa to stop saying all this to you." And I was like, "Okay," and I told him, and he's like, "Okay, I'm sorry." Started doing it again, and then my mom and grandma were like, tell him to stop it again because we told him a month or two ago and he still didn't stop. And then I told him again, and then it happened for a third time, and then they're like, stop again. You're not going to be able to talk to him. And he didn't stop. So he was therefore asked to stop talking to me. And he even when he was still not allowed to talk to me, I remember this day. I remember this part very clearly because I had just gotten. I think it was the night I first gotten Gary's mod, and I was trying to figure out how to get like team deathmatch servers. Yeah, don't judge me. I was into that kind of stuff, Gary's mod and all that, and team death. Not I was into Gary's mod obviously, but I was into team deathmatch. But basically, the day I got in Gary's mod, I was trying to load up a bunch of servers. Like I didn't know what TTT was, and it was taking so long to load up. I was sitting there waiting for it to load, and then I hear a knock at the door. I'm like, yeah? And then Ron opens the door. He's like, hey, you want a gluten-free brownie? And I'm like, no. And he's like, okay. So I, go to my mom, and I tell my mom that Ron just came in and talked to me and asked me for a brownie. Asked me if I wanted the brownie. And my mom was like, go ahead and my mom texted Ron saying, you made Gianni uncomfortable, don't talk to him again. But one day I was sitting there, eating or something. I was watching videos on my iPad or whatever. And Ron had made brownies, gluten-free brownies. Oh, by the way, he had a gluten problem. But he made some brownies, and since he wasn't allowed to talk to me, what he did was hold a brownie in front of my face. Yep, he held it in front of my face while I was watching a video. I looked at him and was like, okay. I was wondering if he was trying to show me like a burnt rock or something, just for fun, because he was a very funny man. But I was like, okay. And he like shook it in front of me, and I'm like, okay. I didn't say that, but I was like looking at him like with a face like, what do you want? And he's like shaking in front of me. I'm like, what? I was gonna say what? And then before I could say that, he said, well, all right. I guess I'm gonna eat it. I guess I'll eat it by myself. And I'm thinking to myself, what a fucking idiot. If you like seriously, and I still think this to this day, if he really wanted me to have a brownie, wouldn't he have said something? Even if it was wrong of him to say something, he shouldn't have even offered me the brownie in the first place. All right, he shouldn't have shoved it in front of my face and expected me to know what he was talking about. And he shouldn't have been even communicating with me in any way, shape, or form. But, you know, he did multiple times when he wasn't supposed to. I remember the day, I think maybe either the day or a day or two before he left, he came in my room. I had my door the slightest bit open for some reason. Maybe I didn't close my door at the time, because I close my door now because, you know, I value privacy. But maybe I didn't really close my door all the way at the time. I was playing Sonic on my Genesis. And basically, I was up to the Marble Zone, and Ron heard me playing Sonic. And basically, he was like, he stuck his head in through the open crack of the door. He's like, can you still play that on piano? And I just turned to him, and I nod. Yeah. I didn't say anything, but I just nodded. He was like, okay. And he said, cool. I'm only talking to you because I love you, buddy. And I'm like, okay. Because I remember I was in the car. I think I was going somewhere, maybe to my dad's. I'm not completely sure. But my mom was going to drive me somewhere, and I remember telling my mom in the car, I'm like, Mom, I don't think like I don't think I love him anymore. Like, I don't think I don't want to call Ron Grandpa anymore, because he's gone bananas. And my mom said, you don't have to love him. It's your choice. You have feelings. You don't have to love him if you don't want to. I'm like, okay, because I just want to make sure I wasn't wrong, because I don't want to love him. I don't want to love someone who invades privacy. I don't want to love someone who tells lies within the family. I don't want to love someone who is in his own world, always thinks he's right. But anyway, he said, and he didn't even say a proper goodbye to anyone. He just left. He left. And we wanted him to leave. We all wanted him to leave. I remember one day I was staying home from school because I was sick. And I remember I was playing Garry's Mod because I had finally gotten the gist of it. Got some mods and was playing hoverboards and stuff. I was playing some Garry's Mod. I was playing some hoverboards, and then I hear Ron and my grandma arguing. And my mom and I both came out of our rooms, and my mom said, just stay in your room. But I didn't want to stay in my room, so I kind of went downstairs. And I was listening in, and it was very weird, so I went back upstairs. 5 minutes later, I came down. They were still arguing. So I went to the bottom of the stairs, and I've been thinking about this for a while, since they argued a lot at the time. I was thinking about this for a while. Like, what if Ron and Grandma were arguing, and I just went down there and said, shut up, Ron. And I've been thinking about that for about a month, and I was like thinking about it, because they always got into a fight. It seemed like they always got into a fight, because they got into a fight a lot. So one day, not one day, yeah, one day, they were having this argument, and I was listening in, and then I went downstairs, and I heard Ron was being a little douche as usual. But I went down there, and I quickly said, shut up, Ron. I didn't want to say it, but, you know, I was thinking about it. I kind of lost control of myself for a second, and I said it. Shut up, Ron. And then he's like, what was that? And I'm like, and I was like, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, oh no, I'm in some deep shit now. So I kind of just said, made it up. I kind of, I'm like, just shut up, stop talking to her, pack up your things and just leave. Nobody wants you here. Just leave. And he said, wow, you're listening to the wrong people. And after a while, I thought about what he said. You're listening to the wrong people. I was like, how, you know, how dare he tell me that my mom, who he's been defending all this time, like, whenever it was time for me to go to bed, he would be like, all right, mom wants you to go to bed. So that was his reasoning before we stopped talking. Yeah, it was his reasoning, since, you know, mom hated him so much. At least it seemed like she started to. He's like, I always defend mom. I'm always on mom's side, and now she turned on me. She hates me now. I don't, and his reasoning was, whenever I was hanging out with him, right? He said that whenever I was hanging out with him, and his mom said, you have to go to bed at this time. And Ron looked at the time. He said, mom wants you in bed now, so go upstairs. And I'm like, okay, good night. And I said, good night to everyone and stuff. That was his reasoning. And now that I think of it, it is very poor reasoning. Because just because you said, that's like a friend that's like a very nice and caring and friend. That's like a very nice and caring friend who really cares about his other friends. Like saying, you should go home now. Didn't you say your curfew is at 10 o'clock? Yeah, it's 9:50. You should probably be on your way. That's basically what Ron was doing, and he used that as a reason to say that he was always on mom's side. Very poor reasoning there, but anyway, very yeah, and anyway, I kind of went on, and he's like, "Wow, you're listening to the wrong people," and he's like, "God knows I'm right." And at the time I was Christian, so I'm like, wow, whatever, man. God hates you now. God doesn't want you now. But, you know, after he said that, my grandma was like, never use God's name in vain. And I was like, yeah, that's right. But, you know, I'm an atheist now, and I think all that God stuff is ridiculous. But that's just my belief. Don't criticize me. I won't criticize you for your beliefs, whatever they may be. Anyway, the fights went on. My grandma started to see a therapist, and all the anger that that was kind of building up about Ron. I became more isolated, I guess you could say. I was always isolated a lot, but I became a little bit isolated. Didn't really want friends to come over that much. Didn't really see my cousins that much. I always just wanted to stay in my room, watch YouTube videos, make YouTube videos at times, but I didn't really make that many. But basically, all this anger built up inside, and I just had to let it out. And my mom and my grandma were both suspecting something, that maybe I was a little off. I don't really remember, but they wanted to go see my grandma's therapist, so I went ahead and went. I was like, okay. So I saw her and I told her everything that I felt without using language. You know, that's what I felt. I had a lot of angry feelings towards Ron, and I felt the only way to describe those feelings of what I thought he was and stuff like that was to use language, and I didn't really want to use language in front of my grandma and all that. But so I didn't, and I told her what I felt, and I told her what I thought of him, and I told her exactly what was going on in our household. And yeah, and it didn't really help me a lot, because previously I had written a letter to him expressing my feelings and what I thought about him. and left it on the kitchen table. And then he blamed, and then he just not blamed, but he decided to go ahead and say that my mom and my grandma told me what to write, which wasn't the story. I was talking to my grandma. I was like, I need to get my feelings out. I need to tell Ron what I think of him, and I need to, I want him to know what I think. And I don't, but at the same time, I don't really feel comfortable talking to him. And my grandma said, write a letter, type it up on the computer. So I'm like, that's a good idea. So I did exactly that, and Ron thought it was staged and scripted and all that, but really it wasn't. But whatever. That's kind of, you know, time went on. The last thing he ever said to me was, I'm only talking to you was, the only reason I'm talking to you is because I love you. That's the last thing he said to me, verbally. That's the last thing he actually said to me with his mouth and with his voice. The last thing that he texted me was the day before my birthday, on January 5th, 2014, Ron texted me and said, "Happy birthday Eve, G-Man." And I was like, what a nerve. Really, what a nerve. And I bet he's going to text me again for I'm turning 14 this year, in 2015. I'm turning 14, and I bet he's going to text me again. Because he's just crazy. He's out of his mind, and he still is, because he texted my grandma recently asking if he can get in touch with us kids, you know, my cousins and stuff, Jacqueline, Kayla, and I, which is absolutely absurd of him to even think about, considering what happened a year ago. I bet he knows what all of this feels. But, yeah. So, I was very glad when he left at the time. So that must have been why I felt very happy about life during that time period. But now I think of it, it's kind of a good thing that he left. But I still miss Ron before he turned into a psychopath and before he turned into a lunatic. And I really do. I mean, I have my friend stuff, but when I'm not hanging out with my friends, what am I doing? I'm watching videos, and I'm playing guitar, listening to records, maybe editing a video, maybe you know, recording a song, maybe, which I guess you can say is the same as playing guitar. But whatever, I'm basically doing nothing besides playing guitar, and that's the only productive thing I'm doing. I make music for a kind of an audience, 10 subscribers. But, you know, what am I doing when I'm not hanging out with my friends? Watching videos and playing guitar. And I love playing guitar. Don't get me wrong. I want to play guitar for my entire life. And I want to do something with my skills. But, you know, I want to do something else other than that. I kind of don't want to, actually, but I want to do something besides sit around on my iPad, and I kind of can't because my friends aren't free every day, and I'm not really free every day. I kind of am, but, you know, some days are just not good days to, you know, see people. But, yeah, I'm not doing anything when I'm not hanging out with my friends. So that's kind of a reason why I miss Ron. But, then again, if he was here, he would be the same crazy nut job that he was back in October of 2013 and a few months before that. But wow, I can't believe that I just spent 20 minutes talking about someone that I hate now. But, you know, I had to do this. I've talked about him many times, but sometimes just after a few months of without mentioning what happened with that whole thing, I feel like I have to talk about it again. And I'm glad that I talked about it in this video, even though I have one viewer. Oh, man. someone's really into this. Oh, by the way, this is my website. But I'm glad I did that whole thing. I'm glad I talked about Ron. Really, I am. But yeah. So that's it for this live stream. I gotta go. I'm getting a bit tired. So I'll see you next time. Goodbye. And remember, winners don't do drugs.